Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Yes, and today we're just having a little bit of a sit down story video about my Denon receiver. Yes, now in the past I have done 3 videos, this being my 4th video on my Denon receiver. The first video being the fact that it was broken and we're reviewing the actual Richer Sound warranty service. Then I did a part 1 where my receiver broke again and wasn't very happy, went in for a repair, and then I did a follow-up to that one, a part 2, in terms of when I came back and what did I think. And I've done a few of these videos before. They've garnered quite a few little bits of views, so I decided to just bring the story back to you. Now, I didn't do another one of the videos where my receivers broke again because the last video, that issue that I had previously with certain channels screwing up and all of that was very much the same kind of issue that I had again. So I took the decision not to do a video on it, not to document it, because a few people just, mentioned it quite a few times, like, God, there's more to this story, like I blabbed on. But there was obviously some people that were interested in that. And I've got a resolution from Richer Sounds, basically, in terms of my machine has gone in again. There were 2 main issues that I was having really with this one. I was getting no sound out of my surround left, so I had nothing in surround left at all. I would take the speaker out, put it into like front right, and it would work, but then nothing would work in surround left, even though the speaker that was working in a different channel was then not working in surround left. So surround left completely failed on me. And then the other issue was the subwoofer connection basically was a bit loose and would ultimately then make the whole sound system be really bad. So yeah, of course it had to go in, and I was getting close to the end of my 6-year warranty. 2027 March would have been the end of it. So I was, the last 2 years of it basically, or year and a half there, to get it sorted. So I was 18 months away from that expiring, of course, wanted to get it in before, and I thought I'll put it in a week before the baby's due date, because baby now at the moment at this point of filming is 2 days late. And yeah, I wanted to put it in then because I just thought if I'm not going to use the system, of course, the next couple of weeks, so they've got plenty of time to fix it, and then by the time it comes back it'll all be fixed hopefully, and then I'll be able to come back in the room again, obviously when things have sorted out. But at the point of this, baby's not here yet. So anyways, I decided to do that, and I had a phone call then today from Richer Sounds to say that my device was unfixable. They cited the reasons that it wasn't able to be fixed because there was lack of parts. They weren't able to get the parts needed. Now, previously in the first video I did, they actually did do an entire board change. So my Denon X2700 amp receiver has actually already had a board change, so they probably were going to do another board change, which screams alarm bells to me. The fact that either they didn't do something right when they fixed it, and also the model itself wasn't right, obviously. So I've heard very, very good feedback from Denon though, of course. I personally had an Onkyo before. I sold my Onkyo because it was quite limited in terms of only doing a 3.1.2 setup for Atmos, which, if you didn't know, is only allows 5 speakers, whereas now I have 7 speakers because that's what this mid-range, I guess. You have like small range receivers, mid-range, and then of course then more pro 9 range ones. Now 9 range, is the X380s, X3800 rather. That one is like £1,000 and would be amazing and would be a good step up. But at the same time, this room is very small and whatnot. So yes, I need to weigh up now my replacements. So the ultimate decision they've given me is they've said I can have my money back in full, but of course via a gift card. So I need to buy something else through them. Now they've changed their 6-year guarantee now. So I'm 4 years into my guarantee now, 5 years, nearly 4 or 5 years in. So when you're at a certain point, you get 20, 30, 40, 50% less every year of the original value, obviously up until like the first year. So basically if you get to like 12 months, up to 12 months, you'll get a full refund. After 1 year, you then get 20% less of the full amount. So £1,000 spent, you get £800 back, not £1,000, and so on and so forth as you go. And that's how places like CEX do like 5-year guarantees, to be honest. If you buy something in CEX, get a 5-year guarantee. If you go to report an issue with it, it breaks down within that 5 years, you'll get back a CEX voucher for the value that they sell it for. Then of course most times things depreciate, so yeah, so it does make sense. But of course now I'm gonna have to go into this new different warranty. But I very much just put a message out on the Facebook groups in terms of saying my issues, and do I stick with Denon, because I've had so much issues with this 2700. And obviously it's been in multiple times. I don't really want to have this issue. Big Paulie actually replied to my thing, and he's got a 2200. He's had it for 10 years, and that's where I want to get to. I was really hoping I'd have this this machine for a good few years, but I'm at a bit of a crossroads. Do I go for the 2800, which I could get, it's the same price, it's the exact same like basically specs, it's a little bit more power efficient I think, and obviously more of an upgraded model, and I think they actually put less power to each speaker, which is fine for me because I'm in a small room, as I say. It doesn't really see that as a downgrade. There's more positives in there in terms of more 8K ports, etc., and all of that. But I'm at a crossroads now. Do I stick with the Denon route and go for the 2800? You know, of course, after my bad experience with the 2700, sorry, there's loads of numbers flying around. Or do I change brands completely? Do I go for something like a Yamaha or a Sony, which is about 1,000? But then you're at the price point then of the 3800s. Denon are a good brand. You know, they are a good brand, and I'm hoping I've just had a dud unit in this. Of course, I've got the money now, so I'll make a decision on whether to hold off a little bit until I get to Black Friday, maybe, or and of course I've got the baby to deal with and all that now, and whatnot. So I think the money hits my account tomorrow, so I was going to call somebody, you know, Monday, or if I can go to the store and just see how long that is on my account for. Do I have like a year to spend it, and then yeah, make a decision, because Black Friday could come round and I could get it a little bit cheaper, but at the same time, yeah, not too sure. But yeah, a little bit of an issue with my Denon receiver, and I very much wanted to do a little story kind of video of like where I'm at with my Denon. I haven't had a good like 5 years with it at all, to be honest. You know, maybe I need to make some changes in terms of in the room, like the actual unit that all of my devices sit on. And maybe I need to think about when I get my new one, do I need to make it a bit more vent-free kind of thing so that I can, you know, have more air to get at the receiver and whatnot. It was in this thing for 2 years, then it went into a rack that was previously here, that was in there for like 18 months, and then I decided to move it back into there. Ever since I moved it back into there is where the issues really started. So I never had any issues with it in here initially, but I also think maybe it's the right time to change up the room a little bit anyways, and that could be a good excuse to kind of get a different TV unit stand for the room as well. So plenty to think about, but I'm at a crossroads in the sense of, do I go stick with Denon? Do I go Onkyo again and get like the Onkyo mid-level one that is similar to this, or do I get a Yamaha, or even a little bit more, 150 quid more, I think I can get a Sony for. So yeah, really calling out to you guys to ask for your experience, and you know, have you got a 2800, or have you had a 2700 and you've had any issues similar to me, or have you had no issues? Maybe, you know, the more people that have had no issues, of course, then that would ease my mind that maybe my unit was just genuinely faulty from day one. Of course, the 2800 now has been out, I think it's been out a year, so it has had time on the, you know, production to iron out any issues. I think I bought a 2700 when they first came out, because it was around the time that 4K 120 and 8K input was, you know, needed, and it was one of the only ones on the market that offered that 8K, and I really needed that for my PS5 for the 4K 120 gaming. So now all that kind of issues are done, I'm hoping I had a dead unit and it was at the front of the whole production, of course, of the run of those machines. So anyways, yeah, that is my issue. Let me know your experiences in the comments. What should I do? Should I stick with a Denon, or should I go elsewhere? Let me know. But that is an update on the cinema room stuff, and of course I will film an unboxing video and all of that when the new one comes in, so that I can show you guys on camera what we've decided to go with, and if your comments helped and all of that. So more comments on this video, the better. I really need the help as I try and weigh up buy-in decisions, because as I say, right now the room is powerless. We have no cinema system in the room. We just have a pot of money in a richer sounds pot somewhere that we can spend. But how do I spend that is where I need your opinion. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Thanks so much for the support. And if you are interested, of course, in all of my Denon videos, I will put a link to all of the Denon videos down below. So if you want to go back and watch those, you can. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Stay tuned for more. And of course, see you in the next one. Goodbye.